Okay. It's an exciting new day. And let's go ahead and get things going. So, yesterday, I became a Twitch affiliate, and it is super exciting. Also, I want to do this mission. Now, do I have? This is an important question. I do have Lys's aura. I think I'm going to do stuff with that. Let's move things around a little bit here. That's the button I wanted. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'll be excited a little bit more later when usually it takes a little bit for people to start showing up, so at least that's what all the graphs show me anyway. So I'm going to... Yeah, it's probably fine. Bunch of inspiration magic. Elemental power might not be the worst idea. Meteor, an important part of this ridiculous plan. I don't know that I need fire attunement. Woo, boy. That's a regen number. Whew. I don't know if that's going to be useful or not, but I'm going to throw that on there as well. And might as well include this. And I need more... What I'm finding is I need more fire magic on this character. That's the real sitch here. Here, let's grab Glyph of Elemental Power. Okay, so I'm going to start today off by doing this particular mission. I do not expect it to be particularly challenging. I don't need Talcora doing that. Actually, I probably need to bring Talcora with me, if I had to guess. I do want to bring General Morgan. He's completely out of place here, but that's okay. Maybe Margaret and... Can't bring myself. I'm already bringing myself. Can't bring myself twice. I think what I want to do is bring... I don't know. Is Serenia set up this way? Yeah, okay. She's doing kind of the right direction. I'm going to drop Incendiary Bonds because I want to swap her over to Water Attunement and Mist Form. Hello. There's Water Attunement. Okay, well, I don't know how much this is going to do stuff or not. Recharges and all that. Do I have a lower recharge spell that I'd want to give her? Because Glyph of Lesser is kind of important with some of this. But that's also, like, really restrictive. Let's see. If they're on fire, then they're blinded. I kind of want... Yeah, let's just roll with an Icy Prism on top of that. And I'm going to switch her over to Barrage, because I just want to run Barrage. Maybe a Sloth Hunter shot and a Keen Arrow. That seems like a good mixture of things. Okay, Zenmai, you keep doing that thing you're doing. Yeah, you don't need to be doing that, Talcora. I'm going to work with Talcora in just a second. Avatar of Dwayna is probably fine. Like, I don't need a whole lot of directed healing. So, I'd switched her over to this. I'm going to keep her on Barrage, I think, as well. Drop those for... I don't know. Milani's probably... Yeah, she's doing cracked armor right there, so that'll work. I wanted to make sure that the body shot had cracked armor to work off of. I'm not doing any. Ridiculous bar. Okay. Yeah, she does not need to be doing command. So we're going back into protection prayers and give her healing burst back. Okay, she doesn't need condition removal. She mostly just needs stuff to push people's HP bars back up. Actually, you know what? Never mind protection prayers. I don't think she needs them. Maybe I'm getting a little overconfident. We'll find out. Are there any hexes that need to be removed? I'll bring Cure Hex. I don't know. There are. But if there are, I kind of want to be prepared. Let's see. So that gives incidental party healing. And then she's directly healing. And then this gives incidental party healing. Okay, well, I think this should be... I think it should be okay. I'm not sure if I'm overestimating or underestimating this particular area or not. So I want to make sure... You know what, I'm going to use this weapon set for now. I want to make sure that I have enough healing, even though I'm kind of going a little bit light on the healing. Because, like, this is ostensibly a lower leveled area, so I anticipate that I don't need as much healing, but I also don't legitimately know what I will need, if that makes sense. So consider it all a bit of an experiment, I suppose, on my part. Do I actually have... No, not the illusion staff, although that certainly has its uses. I have that sort of enchanting, but I don't think I have... Yeah. Okay, I could probably use a generic enchanting staff. Or something. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go in here. On this day, the Sun Spears, along with Takora, attempted to interrupt a meeting in Latenda Bog between General Kayat and Korna and a group of Corsairs from Iron Fist's crew. If you choose to enter this mission, you will witness how the Sun Spears infiltrated the meeting, posing as Corsairs, and discover the resulting outcomes of that encounter. This map you've cobbled together simply shows where the Corsair leaders were to meet with General Kayat in Latenda Bog. She's been funding our Istani excursions for quite a while now. She fronts the gold and we do the plundering, no questions asked. If you're still confused, go talk to her yourself. When you and Talcor are ready, I can show you where to start. We are ready. So the basic story going on here is there's a bunch of Corsair attacks. I know I've done it a couple times on stream, but I think anyway. But Chawbeck Village, yeah, I did it with this guy the other day. Chawbeck Village starts off with, okay, it's being attacked by Corsairs. What's going on here? All that stuff. So... the idea with my build is spamming flare at things keeps Lysazora happy. And then Lysazora provides me gallons of energy. Look at that energy regen rate. That's ridiculous. But that's why I wanted an enchanting weapon. So we need to kind of... How does this go? Hang on. Okay, so I need to find his envoy and take him out. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Okay. The envoy says, where in damnation are we? Look at the map again. Iron Fist is going to have our heads if we're late to meet the Cornins. So we need to take out his envoy. We're going to then disguise ourselves as them. Is the plan, I believe. Not that I'm having an easy time being successful with this. Here we go. I haven't seen this in quite a while. Okay, so we have a bonus of taking care of all of these wrinkle monitors. I don't know what those are supposed to be, but we have specific ways of traveling through the swamp. So there's cornering guards everywhere that kind of block off certain paths. Yeah, and with Meteor initiated, I get to have AoE on Flare. That my Flare spam means something. There, that was one wrinkle monitor. Okay, we kind of need to go down this way. I've glanced at the map beforehand, so I should be able to find all of the wrinkle monitors. I obviously have to, given my stated goal of getting Protector of Tyria, Protector of Elona. Do I have Protector of Elona? Good. I wanted to make sure I had that in the screen, the stream description. Okay, so I think the next, where is the next group? So there's like a general, or is it a general? There's a basis over here. And after I talk to him, there's another group of wrinkle monitors like up that way. You're to come with me. Hurry up. I want to get out of this god-accursed bog as quickly as possible. So which of the gods do you think has accursed this place? I was instructed to guide you, not fight for you. You're on your own. So he's not going to do any combat. He's just going to chill off on the side. You're late, you know. If my soldiers was as undisciplined as you, they'd hang. Now move it. Now we just need to be more late by going off the beaten path. Where are you going? You need to follow me. Get moving. I'm hunting for wrinkle monitors. I was told there was some around here. Somewhere. Maybe I need to look at my map again. Ah, there's one. Perfect. The thing that I'm discovering is difficult about this build is all of these enemies are so weak that they're dying before my flares can hit them. So that's special. Yeah, okay, here's the set of wrinkle monitors. There's one here. And then there's one just beyond it. I don't know why they've staggered them this way. I also don't know what the game has against wrinkle monitors. So that's a mystery for another day, I suppose. This is kind of cool. Excellent. Hope everyone's having a good day. Ooh, I got a granite hammer. I love this place, though. So, when I was a kid, I played a game called Hexen. And there was, in that game, a swampy area with a castle in the mist. And the aesthetic of it has left kind of an indelible print upon my psyche. And I'm quite fond for that sort of aesthetic. I have a nostalgia for it. And the sort of, I don't know what to call it, but like it's almost a generic swamp thing noise is very similar, if not the same, because they reuse sound effects in the game industry. But it's very similar to one that was in that game. So it gives me intense nostalgia flashbacks. Clear out these creatures. Yeah, that one right there. A true soldier's talents aren't meant for hunting vermin. Okay, we'll take out these scale for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, I hit the button for flare, and then the melee attacker's already gotten up to it, and then and the rangers, and then it's gone. Well, that Iron Fist was supposed to be with you. No matter, I have orders to follow. Come with me. Here for a drink, friend. It'll lighten your load, put a bounce in your step, and make all the ugly ones pretty again. Arr. Hurry up and kill these creatures. I have no interest in standing in this filthy place any longer than necessary. I don't know what these guys are about. Sometimes I land a flare. Get meteored! Haha, I landed a meteor even. This next part's a little tricky. Fortunately for you, Rabble, I've been stuck in this place for weeks, so I know my way around. Good. You stand there for a moment. I'm going to look at my map. Okay, so looking at my map, it's just after Bachlan Blackwater. So it looks like he's going to lead us... Actually, I can't tell. But it looks like it should be like over this way that I head up. So... let's keep going then. Ah, it's a scale stampede. Run for it while you can. I mean, I'm going to firestorm it. Woo boy, that's a lot of 0 experience points. Yeah, there's Bachlan Blackwater. So the turnoff should be fairly soon. Now I just need to figure out if I've gotten 2 instances of my thing open somehow. Stop wasting time and follow me. The general won't tolerate being made to wait. Go on and clear out the way. I join in, but I don't want to ruin your fun. How kind of you, General. Haven't given up yet, have you? Come on, then. I think we go down this way. You can't go 100 paces around here without running into something that wants to eat you. Take care of them, will you? I'll work on it. It's like, I don't even need the energy management from Lissa's aura right now. I can see you enjoy killing. I expect you've sown quite a bit of chaos here in Easton. Yeah, and I think I need to curve north here. Don't be shy. Go on. Give those monsters what I swore. Working on it. Oh, that one. Sure, I can firestorm that one. I don't really care. You're better fighters than I expected. I'm beginning to understand why we hired you. Ha, take that. Why would you open the battle with Song of Power? That doesn't make any sense. Song of Power is a skill that grants energy regeneration. He's yelling at us again for going off the beaten path, as it were, or the path he wants us to follow. Apparently I let my energy get low enough that Margaret thought I needed more. Margaret is a real Corsair, so... I wonder if they put her in a different Corsair getup. They did. That would have been really funny if they didn't put her in a different Corsair getup, because she is a Corsair. Okay, the remaining 2 wrinkle monitors should be up this way somewhere. far as I understood the map anyway. Yeah, there's one of them. And the other should be just past here, I assume? Yeah, back that way a little bit further, I think. Yeah, and there's incendiary bonds going off. An Istani key that I don't particularly have a need for. And wrinkle monitor. Well, there's a clug, which is a heck of a name for something. What even is this animation set? Does it have a dance? Ranger. So this is a ranger spellcasting. Guess I'm not surprised. Ranger is kind of like the generic default set, as far as I can tell. Yeah, okay, there's the last one. I don't know why, but it is. Give me plenty of things to target around here. Vile touch. Interesting. Well, I guess we're fighting this group now. Probably didn't need to, but we're doing it. Ooh. I got a pointless gold warhammer out of the deal. Okay, Wrinkle Monitor, we need you to not be here anymore. Excellent. We've taken care of all the Wrinkle Monitors. Let's not fight any more random things. And let's not worry about the causality of bringing General Morgan to this. Oh, vampiric. Interesting. Those stolen goods need to be figured out. What did they steal? Some cloth. I found a camp. I don't think this is where I was trying to go. No. I want to go up and around. I figured I'd use my running back time to, like, ID stuff in my inventory. I have a few things to identify. Ooh, that's always good. And minor fire magic. Why does it have to be anchorites instead of prodigies? Like, they're the exact same effect of while recharging skills, except one is monks and worth 100 gold, and the other is mesmer and worth like several platinum. Oh well, it is what it is. This is probably, yeah, not really worth it either. Okay. Let's catch back up to this Cornin contact of ours. Yes, I know, but I needed to go after the wrinkle monitors, you see. It's very important. It's the whole reason I'm in this swamp. Not the whole reason. It's half the reason I'm in this swamp. Okay, I'm following you. He's not going to follow us until or he's not going to lead the way. I don't know how you want to word it. Until all these scale are gone. It's just as I thought. But those outfits of yours are so It's just a thought, but those outfits of yours are so concealing. I imagine we could dress up some Cornin soldiers that way and cause some real damage. Just know who you really are when you're dressed like that, right? We don't have a harpy problem back home, but my time here has taught me not to ignore these vicious creatures. Yeah, you're right. Cornin doesn't have a harpy problem. Vobby does, though. Tell you what. It's not far now. I should warn you. The general holds some unusual religious beliefs. Don't let that concern you. You're here to serve her gold, not her god. Hey, how are you doing? Good evening. How do I actually pronounce your name? Exinas. I'm not actually sure. This is the Old Sunspear Crypt. The rendezvous is just around the bend. Looks like trouble. You know what to do. That could be it. Exinas could be it, eh? Ah. Gotcha, gotcha. Come on. General Kite is just ahead. There's a lot of cool stuff with math. Grasps of Chaos. It's funny, I knew how the armor formula in this game worked for quite a while in terms of like practical application, but it was only when I was reviewing it a little while back that I realized it was an exponential. Who are these people, Bessas? Iron Fist himself was to come to discuss our master strategy against the Sunspears. I'm not here to merely hand out gold to his lackeys. Who are you calling a lackey? We're not even Corsairs, you old fool. So tell me, how does admitting your treachery to disguise Sunspears fit into your big master strategy? It matters not, child. Your corpses will keep my secrets. Oh wow. You friggin' got my flare. With something. Hyatt's only level 18? What has she been doing with her life? I know, it's for balancing for the game.
The other Cornins went back to Gandhara. Why did General Kayet stay?
Hey, she's still alive.
Fools, you are all doomed.
Why are you here? What do you want?
Abaddon will eat your eyes.
I don't think she's listening to you.
You cannot stop it. You will all perish. Nightfall comes.
We won, right? She was the villain and we killed her. It's all over, right?
That depends on who else was involved in this.
War Marshal Varish.
Varish Asa? Is she a part of this?
I heard the two of them talking about Abaddon earlier.
Then it's not all over. We have much more work to do.
Hooray! I mean, the Master's Reward is pretty straightforward. That's what you're going to get when you do this, but... Oh, General Kite must have dropped some cloth or something. But that means I now have the... Where do they even stick it in this list? Probably at the top. Yeah, I now have Protector of Elona on this character, so that's really exciting. Okay, so at this point, what I really want to do is go capture some elites, because this character needs stuff. Lots of stuff. Like Visions of Regret, for example. So the next step is for me to figure out where Visions of Regret is. Why do I have 2 copies of this open? Figure out where Visions of Regret is. The Wilderness of Bodza. Only after completion of Destroy the Harpies? Well, we're going to have to go destroy some harpies, apparently. And this boss lacks a boss aura. Cool. Okay. Well, step 1 is clear out my inventory. Now, I still need to figure out... So, I became an affiliate yesterday, actually during this stream, which is really exciting. During yesterday's stream, I should say. which is really, really exciting, but I still need to figure out a bunch of stuff, and one of them is figuring out where I'm sticking the thing to run ads, because I figured running ads while clearing out my inventory makes a lot of sense, but I'm still going to be in the process of figuring that out. So I'm probably going to figure out some of those details like during the next couple of days between streams. But because I do them back-to-back, Tuesday, Wednesday, didn't have time with how busy I am otherwise on Tuesdays with stuff going on to actually figure that out then. So do I need a vampiric hammer mod? You know what? I'm going to extract it from it. Just in case I want it. Let's see. I'm sure I have some random hammer here. Yeah, like this one right here. You can hang on to this for me. Now this thing is highly salvageable, so I think I might actually just do that. See what I get out of it. Yep, highly salvageable. Mm-hmm. That was a very disappointing highly salvageable. Hang on to those and just... I'm not going to worry about processing those just yet. But yeah, so what I'm thinking in the future is that I will set up ad... Because now that I'm affiliate, I can run ad breaks, and when I do, I get spared pre-roll ads on people who come to watch the channel, which will make it a lot more palatable to join in, I think. But I need to set up where I'm going to place the controls for that and all that sort of stuff. So, anyway, that will be future plans. I'm making them. Right, let's go deal with some harpies, I guess. Lieutenant Miranda, I need to do something about your harpy problem. I've been told. We'll get here eventually. She's far away. Destroy the harpies. Yes, I need to do this mission, right? After completion of Destroy the Harpies. Cool, that's this quest. Let's do Destroy the Harpies. Okay, I need a proper party here. Talcora can probably stay. I think she's doing more or less the same thing I had Duncora doing. Back in here. Random other characters. Was it Elias or Master of Whispers? Yeah, Master of Whispers, I think. Yeah, he's doing the barbs and some additional healing stuff. It made sense to run barbs with a bunch of physical attackers. But I don't need Milani here. You know what? Let's just go ahead and toss Goran back in. I want him to do his silliness. Okay, I don't need to be doing fire magic right now. That's 5 energy. 5. I'm curious to see what some of the... When does that drop down to 4? Okay, so it's at 14 that's stealing 5. This is crazy potential for energy regain. I'm going to go do Domination Magic, of course, but I had to see where those figures would go. And Domination Magic. Get out of here, Fire Magic. We're not using you. Heh, Glyph of Elemental Power doesn't do anything if you're not bringing stuff to work it. Okay. Now the big thing that I know I need to worry about from Harpies is that they rather love their Ranger spikes. So I'm going to need to worry about that. Because that will hurt. Do I usually keep that there, or it doesn't matter? This is my typical bar. I'm liking it quite a bit. I think she leveled up. Maybe. If she did not get enough to get either of those to the next tier of things. So, do I want to keep her doing Barrage, or do I want to switch her back to... Yeah, I think I'm going to switch her back. to expert focus. And prepared shot is in here somewhere. Okay, he's doing that. I thought so. Actually, maybe I should run Burning Arrow on her. Actually, what I think I might do is use this instead of prepared shot. And then I don't think she needs... That's 10 extra damage? Read the Wind is 6? Is that right? Now I need to find Read the Wind. Here it is. Oh, that's 9. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use Read the Wind. And Power Shot, maybe. Yeah, just give her a lot of direct target damage, I think. Okay, Vabian Scout. For some reason, I feel like a beast bounty isn't terribly helpful when I'm going to go fight a bunch of harpies. I don't know why. I think I remember doing this and it being quite painful. I want to see if this Sunspear Scout up this Vabian Scout up here has a harpy bounty or not. I'm hoping so. Yes. Excellent. I see why you have monster bounty. There do seem to be quite a few of them over here. Okay, I didn't want that guy raising minions. They do that, so... And then there's Whisper's Informant. Whisper's Informant probably has an elemental bounty, if I had to guess. Based on what I understand about the area, yes, I am correct. Oh, level 2? That's... okay. Level 2 harpies are not particularly dangerous. I was panicking for a second about Master of Whisper's HP, then I remembered he has BIP. So... that was a thing. I like how they've basically just made really scaled down models for the younger harpies. No of the harpy griffins, I think they are, that have Healer's Boon, I'm noticing. Which is definitely making this... oh, there's a Scree Griffin. The Griffins are monks, so I want to make sure I'm going after them specifically. Ooh, got Healing Touch. Excellent. Yeah. Shouldn't have E-surged it. I saw the... unfortunately, I saw the trigger off of Mind Rack just before the... what's the word I'm looking for? Just before I hit E-surge. Would have been good to have stopped it, but oh well. Ah, they've got a couple of griffins in there, it looks like. And there's Healer's Boon. I guess we overpowered it without too much difficulty. Well, that's good at least. Whew, Bip going off is always slightly nerve-wracking. Hey, skill point. Excellent. Is that the last one? Okay, that was the last group of harpies. Excellent. Most excellent. Okay, Lieutenant. I need to walk over to you. Hopefully so. Okay, now the boss that I actually need should spawn, and I can go capture Visions of Regrets. I guess I'll just put that over Chaos Storm. I like Chaos Storm. It's a lot of fun. Makes lots of numbers. All right. So it should be. Let's just double check here. Yeah, it looks like not quite in that same area. I just ran right past the guy with the bounty, didn't I? Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm not going back for it. Looks like the boss should be right in this area. So I guess I'll go get this harpy bounty for all the good that'll do me. Looks like we have favor right now. That's interesting. Sometime I do want to get myself back into the Fissure of Woe. I'm not quite sure when that will be. I also want to begin learning at least how to do DOA in a casual sense. So I don't really have much experience with that. So it would definitely be rough. But I am very, like, I'd like to actually explore it sometime, so. Yeah, let's try to avoid that boss. I want to go after that boss, actually. There's a boss right there that has Blinding Surge, I want to say. Acolyte Jin. Acolyte Jin, please. Okay, well that was awkward. Acolyte Jin was too busy applying Read the Winds to follow our party, and then got herself promptly wiped out. Ruby Jin, I want you down, please. I was even getting interrupted there. You know what? I bet the boss probably has something. It's a Mesmer boss. So. There we go. Give me Visions of Regret. Thank you. I wonder if I should try running that as an elite for a while or not. It's definitely a different sort of effect. Let's go grab that other one while I'm thinking about it and I'm in the area. They do, like I was saying, want to get all of the like spellcaster elites that are not primary attributes. So. Well, I'm thinking about it. I might as well go after this. Let's grab my list of Mesmer elites here. Back into that area. I need to talk to this Fabian scout. Let's see. There's Hexeater Vortex. I mean, I might as well go pick that up. Actually, let's grab Simple Thievery next. After I go grab this one, obviously. Hopefully this party is a little bit more resilient. I am curious to try out Visions of Regret to see how that feels. It would make me... Now that I think about it, it'd probably be best to build slightly differently. Just because it discourages the use of additional skills or additional Mesmer Hexes. It kind of wants to be the only one you're bringing. Scree Griffin. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mind Rack also becomes slightly less attractive, just in general. When you've got... I get in here, Blinding Surge. Ha! Oh, dear. Okay, let's bail on this area. I got my elite. Let's get out. Yeah, I'm just going to put this back on. Grab another Signet of Capture. Let's see. Now, if I did want to go Visions of Regret instead of E-Surge, I'd probably put it here on my bar, and I'd drop that. And then, let's see. Chaos Storm could go on here. And should I just bring, like... I mean, Mistrust is a really good one. I could just bring regular Energy Burn. Snowstorm. Actually, Cry of Pain becomes super favorable in these sort of circumstances. So I should probably run that. I'll try something like this for a bit. See how that goes. Trade contracts. Do I have an open slot where I can drop this? I have another character that's kind of accumulating them. Let's grab this Frosty... Let's grab these Summoning Stones. Open up some space here. I might have stuff lying around to make that what I want. Okay. So let's go check where that one is. I think the next one I want is on, yeah, Midshipman Morla and the Barbarous Shore. So I probably need to go to the Barbarous Shore first. So I'll keep the Signet of Capture with me just in case I run across a boss that I want. Actually, you know what? I should be a little bit more intentional than that. I need to go through Gandhara, the Moon Fortress. So, let's see. Gandhara, the Moon Fortress. Yes. Do you have any bosses in this area? It doesn't look like... Doesn't look like this has any. Well, I'll keep the significant capture on anyway. I don't feel like changing it around. Actually, I don't know if I can get to... Oh, we'll find out. It won't take long. Well, Elder Crocodile is not what I need to be targeting with that. I definitely feel like I have less active things that I'm doing if I'm not landing Visions of Regret well and stuff. It definitely feels like a very different tenor of build than what I was doing, even with just this little bit of running with this one. Dropping Mind Rack on things and E-surging them just had more of an active feel to it, if that makes sense. Just trying to get a feel for things, you know. A barbed axe, you say? Interesting. Wonder what mods that will end up having on it. I maybe have more interrupts than I strictly speaking need as well. This is interesting. The lighting really changes from over there to over here. I might need to go through a slightly different route as well. This might not connect up to the zone that I want to get to. Don't know what's making those lag spikes. Oh well, at least they're infrequent. Okay, so, yeah, I think I'm going to need to go around a different way to get to the zone I'm needing. So I think that means I need to go through this portal, the Daedolon Estates. I'm going to go check to see if the Daedolon Estates has any elites I want to pick up while I'm in that Asuran estate. Let's see. Bosses. Nope, doesn't look like it. Weapon of Fury that I already have, and otherwise it's just a bunch of like Mage Hunter Strike and Infuriating Heat and stuff that I don't have any particular need for. A bunch of primer attribute elites, actually. Kind of interesting. Let's see, I think I am going to switch back to more of what I was doing previously. I think I like that play a little bit better. Just feels more active, like I'm doing more. Plus, what I'm noticing is I like the punishing effect of empathy a good bit. You are not a wandering priest at all. Visions of Regret is really good at punishing enemies that use lots of skills. But empathy punishes just attacking, so it's very different. Okay, that doesn't actually go anywhere. See, I need to go more that way. Can I... Does this connect anywhere? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah. I see you over there. Casting your contagion. Yeah, no foul feast, soul feast. I mean, no foul feast either, please. But that seems a little less of a concern. Blue tongue, healers. I also miss my chaos storm, but oh well. A lot of crocodiles. Apparently crocodiles are the Hecate's favorite pet, which is interesting. Wonder if this wandering priest does anything different for me. Okay. I'm just talking about the effects of the Hecate population upon the well-being of everyone else. Apparently it is not good. It's interesting. It's like the Dark Souls water. You need to look, except you can't just walk off the edge here. Collinson de Jaren. What the heck is going on over here? Hey. Welcome. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I understand and appreciate the reasons why they went the direction that they did with Guild Wars 2, but I don't enjoy that game. I would love another game in the style of this one. Because this is like one of my favorite games of all time, with the only real competition probably being Magic the Gathering. But they're very different. I mean, they're very similar types of games in one way and very different in another, so. Yeah. I definitely prefer the sort of game that this is. Well, Union's doing a real good job. Let's see. I think it's this way. Fine, I don't actually know. These enemy mobs look so huge. Look at how many crocodiles they have. My goodness. Yep, got the mind rack trigger on him. Okay, so I'm now looking for an outpost, and I don't remember exactly where along the edge of these things it is. Should be around here somewhere, though. That's right, Gorn's running around with a face full of interrupts. I don't know why I described his skill bar as a face either. Yeah, well, I remember being vaguely interested in WoW because I liked Warcraft 3, its map editor. Uh, and then I saw the subscription fee and had no interest. Then a friend told me about this game, and was like, "Oh no, subscription fee." But yeah, no, like so they were trying to address a couple of very real problems that Guild Wars 1 has when they were moving towards Guild Wars 2. Yeah, ooh. Yeah, I still haven't gotten Fisher of Woe armor. Yeah. Good old Ventrilo. Uh, um so like I understand why the designers went the way that they did with Guild Wars 2, but it's not a direction that I like. I love a lot of things about Guild Wars 2, but the core gameplay I've just generally found to be very bland. And I mean that there's not much more I can say about it than that. Like, because like the design of Guild Wars 1 fundamentally has design space issues that I don't think that they appreciated when they were going into it, and that makes their model of how they're adding stuff like professions and such very difficult to do in a long-term sustainable way. Because you do run into problems with, okay, what makes this profession distinct from the other professions, and how many mechanics are you adding in order to create distinctions that then you have to tutorialize, and are you really going to support, the assassin in every campaign you release after factions, and so there's all sorts of questions that way. That I don't think that they were thinking about when they first made it, but I love the design of this game. I love the style, and I really want to see more games do this sort of thing. Like, if I have my druthers, I have a document that I've been working on, fleshing out, for the design of a tactics game that uses build concepts from this one. And I want to make that someday. I've been working on an RPG Maker project lately, but I just love the way that this game's systems work. I'd also love to get a prequel game set during the actual Guild Wars. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know where all these Hecate came from. They just kind of walked up on us. I miss good old GVG. I never really did HA much. Just enough to get Bambi. Yeah. Just enough to get that. Okay, plants. These plants apparently eat dogs for some reason. I don't know why. Here, have an empathy. Oh, Whispers Informant. That I was not expecting Whispers Informant here. I was expecting a Wandering Priest with a plant bounty. But this guy will have a bounty for the elementals, so. I should just change the title to indicate that I'm just going after elites at the moment. I'll do that after I capture this one. Okay, let's not stand in the sandstorm. Weakness. They got me with stoning. I played, so I got the game in like September 05 roughly. I don't know. You can do the math. Over the past 169 months. So, I didn't get it when it first came out, but yeah. Some of that stuff is definitely quite intense. Took a long time to get some of those later ranks. But yeah, so I started back then. I remember, so my first character was an elementalist. I don't have that one anymore. But that was back in the days when there wasn't AoE scatter. And so as an elementalist, your job was... Yeah, I'm not sure on those. I'd have to check the wiki on that. But there was no AoE scatter, and you would just echo an arcane echo meteor shower, stand off at just outside aggro range, and drop those and a firestorm on things. And that was how you won. Okay, so I think that's the boss I need to go after, and I just need to figure out how to get down there. Just say no to sandstorms. So that gives you a rough idea of when it was that I started playing. And then watching enemies. I remember GVGing with one of my later guilds and having a ton of fun with that. Okay, some of these guys need some empathy. Yeah, Idiot Savants, Peace and Harmony. Evil was around for a lot of it, too. War Machine, I remember them dominating stuff. But I remember Idiot Savants. Oh, what was EW? Esoteric Warriors or something like that? I do recognize a lot of those names. I wasn't GVGing until later. No, I don't really remember those specific details. I need to make sure I'm not auto-attacking if I've got Spirit Shackles on me. But yeah, that would have been back when it was still Tomb of the Primeval Kings. Before it split off into HA separately, I imagine. Oh, things off me now. Well, somehow we survived that fight despite several casualties. That was a mess. Now, the real question is, was my boss in there, or is it not? Chest. Oh, I need to go check that out. Okay, we've got a couple captains in range, but neither of them are the ones I need. I need the midshipman here. Sure. That's still pretty solid. I had another viewer the other day talk about it would have been really cool to see what this game could have been in the Twitch streaming era. Cool, now I have Lion's Comfort. That'll come in handy. If I want to disable my Unnatural Signet. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the bip, my friend. Master of Whispers. Okay, there's some sort of... Did I pick up... Yeah, there's some sort of generic chest over there, so I'm going to go open it. So I think that's one of the monthly treasure chests or whatever sort of the refresh rate is on these. A preserved red iris flower. Oh. That is not what I was anticipating in that chest. But I've got it now, for whatever that's worth. Okay. What's the next elite I want to go after? Like this is one of those skills where it's like, okay, this is really cool. Could you make the skill I've just obtained use my domination magic stat instead of its normal stat? That would be great. Oh well. Yeah, let's see. Psychic distraction is a factions. Oh, okay, this is domination magic. I've got... Yeah, I don't really care about power flux. Okay, symbols of inspiration I already grabbed. Air of disenchantment. I guess I might as well go grab Air of disenchantment. Most of these are prophecies. Signet of illusions I already have. Okay, Air of Disenchantment. Where do I go get that? I'm looking at the wiki right now for those who are maybe not entirely sure what's going on. The Garden of Seberheen. Oh my goodness. Okay, yep. To the Garden of Seberheen then. Yeah. I know. Yeah, the obs feature was, I mean, it existed, right? And it functioned. But it wouldn't have been the same as being able to build your audience on something like Twitch. Like, this is the game that I've been streaming. And people come in, just like you, talking about being nostalgic. And it would have been really cool if the game could... The concept of things... Because GVG and Halls were both great. Like, conceptual ideas for PvP formats. And GVG, to me, is something that's really cool. Mostly because it's the one that I touched and have familiarity with. But, like... Oh. I say. I think I'm gonna hang on to this axe. But yeah, anyway, people are nostalgic for this game, but it would just been so cool to see what it could have been if it had been able to kind of come up in more of an esports era. Like, there was... StarCraft was a thing over in Korea at the time. I mean, it still is now. But, oh well. The timing is what the timing is. I need my e-surge back, please. And there might have been some streaming services, but definitely was not the same as it is now. Submarine Protector's War. I need in, please. Thank you. Whispers Informant. Yeah, give me this bounty. Thank you. I don't know why we're, like, still distrusting of them, since we're traveling with the literal Master of Whispers, but whatever. I really should have been able to catch that Ballad of Restoration. Nowadays, when I use the OBS feature, I find myself wondering if which is broken, the OBS feature or the way GVG matches and stuff work. One of these days, I'm gonna wander into HA and GVG and see what's actually going on there. Rain beetles, why'd you have to appear out of nowhere? Well, at least I don't have to worry about them getting resurrected by Roaring Ethers. I do have to worry about Roaring Ethers getting resurrected by Roaring Ethers, though. I just got mistrusted. Nah. Missed the res sig. I need to remember to use my unnatural signet so I can trigger Lyric of Zeal more often. I mean, Zenmai's going through so much trouble to give it to us, I might as well make use of it, you know? Okay, the boss I need is like up here, and I can't get to it from over here because that would be too convenient. Oh my goodness, rain beetles. Good job healing seed. Right now, I wish I had Spiteful Spirit is what I wish. Good old Spiteful Spirit. I remember when that became the meta after Elementalist fell out of favor when the AoE run around stuff was introduced. AoE scatter. I have distinct memories of being in Abaddon's Gate with people arcane echoing Spiteful Spirit on some of the rangers on the walls there as sort of the strategy for taking care of them. Of course, I also remember going into Hell's Precipice on my warrior with Mark of Protection. And because they wanted me to tank. And so I didn't focus on damage. I was like, protection tactics. So I can use stances to protect me and other things. Yeah, Abaddon's Mouth, you're right. Sorry, not Abaddon's Gate. Very easy to get those two confused. They both are very similar in spelling. But yeah, you are absolutely correct. Also, hello, Ravager. How are you doing? Hope you've been doing well. Okay. Mark of Protection. It's one of those skills that, like... Okay, I already have the Jin thing. The effect is powerful, but just not worth the cost, you know? Is this how I get through here? Have I even ever been in this part of the Garden of Seberine? I don't know if I have. Well, I must have, because I've gotten this skill on a different character, but... It reminds me I want to update this to just say Elite Hunting. Okay, does this Vibian Scout have a different bounty for me? Perhaps one for rain beetles? Because there are so very many rain beetles around here. No, heck it. Yeah, I think this is the boss I'm going for. Mind Stealer up there. Let's check out these guys first, though. They seem to be kind of in the way. I've not accidentally aggroed that group right. I'm really glad to see that Hammer Bash get interrupted. Didn't need that going off on me. Okay. Mind Stealer. Okay, got what I came for. I can leave now. I'm going to leave. Cool. Time to look through lists of elite skills for the next one I'm going to go after. I'm just trying to collect Mesmer elites right now. Okay, so that's illusion magic. Which most there's so many prophecies. Oh, it's because they have them split into PvP and PvE. That would be why. Okay. And I think I have Crippling Anguish on this guy already. Yeah, I do. Nightfall, Extend Conditions, and Tease. Okay, I have Tease. I know where Extend Conditions is, so I might as well go get that. I don't know when I'm going to use it, but I have Tease, so that's the important thing here. Ooh. It's an interesting question. I wonder where the best place to capture Echo is. Or best means furthest travel. Probably not prophecies. Just a guess. Drink some water there. Feel like my voice is a little bit different today than it was yesterday. I don't think vengeance is going to be yours with a piercing axe like that. Heh, that's cool. The cows stay over there after you move them. I mean, it makes sense that they do that, but I'm also glad to see that they did. That makes sense. And now I know that I don't have to worry about seeing that guy talking about his cows the next time I go in there. See that one all the time when I walk into that area, because I like hardly ever do that quest. Don't need Booble Ice Hands. Brent's Grasp boss. Let's see. What I'm going to want to do, after I kind of finish getting what I want from Nightfall, elite skill-wise, is wander back over to Cantha. I'm not sure how much of Prophecies this character has done as well. But there's a bunch of elites that I want to grab there. I don't know how many of I'm going to use, but I like to kind of keep my options available. Do you give me one for scales? Excellent. Most excellent. Ooh. I can do that sort of most excellent voice really well right now. That's kind of exciting. For sure, I won't be allowed to move because deep freeze. That works. Where did these scale come from? Okay, stupid question. They came from the ground. I will say, one of the design things I am not the biggest fan of in this game is pop-up enemy mobs. Okay, I think the boss I want is along here. Yeah, Neoli the Contagious over there. Sounds like it should be the Contagion boss, but... Okay, I don't know why I cast Empathy on that, but I did. Hey, I got some damage off of it, though. Alright then, let's just go fight a big ol' mob of scale. There's the boss I want. There's the boss I want. Just making sure I don't have, like, backfire or something on me. There we go. Extend conditions for those times when Epidemic's just not elite enough. I think for those builds, I kind of prefer Fever Dreams, which is kind of a pain to go capture. Because it is an Abaddon's mouth. Okay, quick check now. Ah, yes. Echo. Where are you located? Perdition Rock. Yeah, okay. Don't really feel like going into Joko's domain, but maybe it's not... Nope, that's not the most convenient location either. Okay, let's go to Cantha. Minimize the wiki so I can see chat again. Kinding Center. Where's my E-Surge? Back. Let's get you back on here. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. Now I need to actually figure out where the elites I want from here are. This is Aura. I already have. Do I already have Power Leech? Get this map off here. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Shared Burden, Recurring Insecurity. Shared Burden. Let's look at that one first. Morning Veil Falls. Okay. This character more have... No, okay, we're going to go to the Silent Surf. Where the heck is this? Okay. Okay, it's just north of Unwaking Waters, so let's go that way. Ah, most excellent. This is one of those questions of, should I be running experts? Well, this is going to bring that up to 15, so I don't know. And Read the Wind does make her stuff more accurate, which is quite a benefit. I'm going to ignore these Luxons. I'm not expecting enough trouble to feel like going through the rigmarole of chasing the merchant down. Ah, what a mechanical choice. Oh, okay. I don't know what Soulbreak Rotshell has, but he's right there if I wanted him. I don't especially. I'm looking for a boss that's kind of more up this direction. Hmm. Oh, hi, Oni. How you doing? Feeling as demonic as ever, I assume? Maybe I should let Gorin take these hits. That seems like it might be a good idea. Okay. I think Caesar over there is who I'm looking for. That is a heck of a lot of Salt Spray Dragons. This might actually turn out to be a lot uglier than I was anticipating. Okay, Kenry, can I focus on you and get you down? Oh, yeah, yeah. Hubris, I say. Yeah, we're gonna... Oh. What? Resurrection Shrine. I mean, I don't object... Oh. Oh, that one. No, this one. What did they give us this one for? I mean, I don't object to it. Factions tends to not be as generous with its resurrection shrines as Prophecies is. Prophecies will just straight up warp you across half the map if it wants to. I've gotten a few shortcuts on this channel from Resurrection Shrine shenanigans. Kind of want to go through this way, so let's check out these Leviathan mouths. Oh, Ranger. That's not what I was expecting from something called Leviathan's Mouth. I don't know what I was expecting, but not Ranger. Ranger just does not sound like a mouth thing to me. Okay, maybe this direction will be a little bit more forgiving. Probably not. Let's wait for my party to catch up. And where is Parias? Yeah, okay. That's good. Get those things set up. Now let's go after some of these. I need fewer hexes on me. Da da da. Okay, we've got one Salt Spray Dragon in our back line, absolutely wrecking our spirits. That's not great. Dealt with, but not great. And of course, we've got Clumsiness spamming. I'm amused by those interrupts that get fast cast activations where I don't even have an animation of doing anything, and it feels very confusing. I just want to take this boss down so I can capture skills from it. Excellent. Let's not stay here anymore. This is a painful place. Okay. Next elite location. Let's see. So that was illusion magic stuff. Any fast casting stuff? Ah, yeah, psychic instability. I definitely want to go grab that. I don't care about stolen speed or arcane linger, but psychic instability I'm quite fond of. Okay. So that's just... I need to go to the Harvest Temple. So let's go to the Harvest Temple. Over here. Good. Kurzik controlled. That'll make my life a little bit easier. A little bit, anyway. I like Mind Rack, but I think I'm going to drop it for Chaos Storm, because I like Chaos Storm, too. Hey, Gunaving. How you doing? Okay, I don't know what I'm going to get out of this, but I'm hoping... Well, I feel like Nightfall... And this might be my imagination, but I feel like Nightfall made trophies have less effective salvage. Have skill recharge of spells, have casting time of spells. I've seen that better. I don't know. It's just my impression. There's the merchant. Now, last I checked, chitin fragments were not particularly worth anything, so I'm going to keep laboring under that assumption for now. Hello, unwaking waters. All right. Yeah, besides, who needs to bring Mind Rack when the enemy brings famine? It's a valid question. Kill themselves on their own famine is what they're going to do. It's what they did back in the day. That farm was so cool. I miss it. I miss it quite a bit. Just from the cool factor, you know? It's like, oh, the enemies are doing this? That means we should do this. And it worked. That's that sort of, like, creative solutioning that you can do in this game that's just so cool. I really enjoy it. Oh well. I understand why ArenaNet would want to try to minimize the effective farm builds in a game like this. It's just important to try to make sure that... How do I say this properly? You can keep a bit of a handle on some of the... Like, if it were a single-player game, it would be fine. But as a multiplayer game where you have to suddenly worry about an economy, it starts to become a problem. To have really efficient farming methods. Because then you kind of overinflate the market, and that makes all sorts of things awkward. I often play at this sort of zoom level, yeah. I like to be close to my character. I know that there's advantages to being zoomed way out in terms of being able to see the battlefield. But I do tend to like this zoom level, just as personal preference. Also, hello, welcome. Okay, how much further around? I think the boss I want's over there. Yeah, I just need to keep walking the spiral. I'm definitely not like a top tier player or anything either. Just a guy who enjoys the game and has fun with it. Loves the design of it. Except for the parts that I'll complain about if people want for some reason. I'm going to go this way. And probably be ambushed by Oni. If I walked... I get to do a fun thing. Yes. Yes. That I think I might do. Okay, these are not Oni. But they did ambush me. So I'm half right. Is that a Well of the Profane, perhaps? I wish they'd give you a little indicator if you're standing in a Well of the Profane. Do they? I don't remember. They might. That might not be a Well of the Profane. That might be a Well of Blood. I feel like I remember these guys. Oh, they do use Well of Blood. Okay, well, that shows what I know. This is going to be one of those, like, wandering mobs keep drawing us further and further up the ledge sort of aggro situations, isn't it? Yeah, no chillblains, please. Okay, good. Vengeful of Kanai does not trigger my Chaos Storm, apparently. Oh, it's probably melee attacks or something. Right, expel hexes. That's an option. Are you quite done? Okay, now that we've taken out way more dudes over here than I was expecting, let's continue around our nice, lovely loop. I'm gonna drink some water. Auspicious parry, eh? Yeah, this guy I think I'm going to focus on for the moment. Bunch of shuriken assassins here. Interesting. More assassins than warriors, too. I always like it when they play around with compositions of enemies. That's an interesting thing to think about, actually. Not just composition of enemies, but if you were to set up enemies with different skill bars, but the same name. So, like, for example, if a Shuriken Ranger did not always have the debilitating shot famine build, but they could come in different varieties. Like, I feel like you'd want it so that way they'd have maybe the same model but different names, so that way you could know what they were about. So otherwise, I feel like it would just be annoying to understand what the enemies actually did in an area. That's one of those, like, design things that's, like, pretty straightforward, but is also easy to not think about too much. I don't know, just random thoughts. Is it Plague Herder? At this point, I legitimately don't remember the name of the boss I'm going after. I know it's not Kunvi Firewing. Yeah, okay, it's Chazak over there. That's what I was thinking. Hey, Oni. This map is just so full of enemies. Well, the other thing, too, with this map is that you start off having to kind of go up this spiral to even really be able to explore it. So they've filled it with a lot of enemies, and then they've made you walk over it in a very inefficient way. Yeah, psychic instability. There we go. That's what I'm here for. Oh, what is this mess even? Okay. Okay, this is just a complete mess. We should be okay. Okay, if we can get Talcora back up, we should be okay. Yeah. Stand in my chaos storm. Okay, this is just an absolute ridiculous mess of just way too many enemies all at once. Leave me alone, Carp. Okay, we're going to be respawning soon. I do want to keep going on, though, because I can make it over to this outpost. I can actually walk into Unwaking Waters. Oh, my goodness. Why back here? Okay, well, we've got to walk ahead of us. Let's see what soulstones turn into if I salvage some granite. Okay, let's not bother. Not quite worth it. How much of this book do I have left? Okay, that's a weird smattering of stuff. Eternal Grove makes sense, because this character did Gala Hatchery Direction. Sunjiang District. I think this is Sunjiang District and this is Arborstone. Okay, I'm going to need to go do those on him so I can get this book filled out and turned in. Yeah, okay, and then this one's weird too. It's missing a bunch of stuff. I'll get to him at some point here. Probably not today, though. See, this is what I'm talking about, is you keep having to walk around this spiral. Because it's, I mean, that's what it is. It's a spiral that goes up. So it makes it a very long area to navigate in a very compact square footage, as it were. Or square meters, if you prefer. It's something I'm okay with them doing every now and then, but I'm glad they don't do it too terribly often. Now that we don't have half the map trying to kill me all at once. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is all these ridges naturally require us to run off, and then that draws more aggro, and it gets ugly, and I see you guys over there. I don't think I don't. The heck happened to Master of Whispers? No, stop doing stuff for a moment. I'm more concerned about these Kraken spawn. And this illusion of pain. Okay, well, we have officially aggroed way too much crap. Boy, I forgot to give Talcora draw conditions, and I'm realizing draw condition synergizes with Zenmai, who has it's just a flesh wound, which removes all conditions but cannot target oneself. the draw conditions allows me to kind of sort of get around that in a way. Okay, where physically are we in the map? Okay, I want to go this direction. Over to the gatekeeper over there. Take this a little bit slow, though. I want to try to avoid too much aggro if I can. I don't think I want Ride the Lightning on this character, but that's where you have to go cap it. If you do want it. Like, touch is a skill, not a spell. Unholy Feast, Plague Touch. Yeah, it probably has cultists. Fervor is my guess. Hey, skill point. Cool. That's the ritual thing. And the creeping carp's down. Good. Alrighty. Now I can go ahead and talk to Gatekeeper Dedrick, and because I am Kurzik right now, he should let me in. Beyond this gate lies the heart of the Echowold Forest. Even though there is an uneasy peace between my people and the Luxons now, I cannot let you in. Daedolon Effexon, being Luxon, you may not pass in her sacred lands. We have business in unwaking waters. I don't know. I feel like that dialogue's messed up, because I'm not Luxon, I'm Kurzik right now. Yes, factions having way too many confirmation windows. But you can actually enter into these zones if you talk to enough. One of the things that they did so much better with Nightfall, though, is let you go into explorable areas. Like right here is a zone transition, but it's one way. And it would be so much easier to go get stuff in the Unwaking Waters map if you didn't have to friggin' make your way out through Harvest Temple first. But you do, so here we are. Okay. Time to go check out what the next elite option is. For the ones that I want to go capture in my elite hunting that I'm doing today. So I got Psychic Instability. I don't care about Stolen Speed. Do I have Stolen Speed anyway? No. I do have Arcane Linger for some reason. Let's see. Yeah. I did want it. Where is... Oh, wow. This is all over... all over the place. Interesting. Huh. I see. So there's an Afflicted in the Unwaking Waters that you can get it from. Probably the mission? Okay, yeah, and then Psychic Distraction. Not the most fun of it. Okay, it's not very far from Zenku Corridor, though, so... Let's go ahead and go to Zenku Corridor and pick that up. I don't believe I have that one yet. No. I do have Panic, which means that this character has gotten Hell's Precipice, because that's where you get Panic. Which makes sense, because if you're not careful, you will panic there. I don't think I really care what's in that Regurgitated Mass. I'll salvage it anyway. It's not worth very much, so a couple bones isn't bad, though. I really like the sprite for Black Pearl. It's really pretty. There's the merchant. And I'll be wandering off to Prophecies to go capture some more skills. That'll be fun. or frustrating, depending upon spawn rates of bosses and what skills I'm going after. Alrighty, so we've got some Ampha here, it looks like. These are probably your bog standard Ampha and not your Winds of Change Ampha that are actually interesting. Yeah, flashing blades and all that. And... really? Oh, yeah, 5 damage from the block. Makes sense when there's Union up. I forgot about that. It's like 5 damage seems way too low from flashing blades. And there's the monk construct. Looks like the one that I want is more that direction-ish. Don't know what just got diverted, but probably not good either way. Get down, Shuriken Mesmer. There we go. I will take up 19 bones. That's pretty good. Okay, while I'm here, let me check more precisely where this boss is so I'm not wandering around half the sewers. Okay, so it looks like it's down in this general area, right about here-ish. So that gives me an idea of where I am going. Which is through this monk boss, I suspect. What am I even... Sometimes my mouse is just like, I'm going to click on some of those guys back there. And I'm like, I don't need you to do that. And it's like, too bad. I don't know quite why that happens. Oh, that guy was like out of energy. Okay. A little bit further this way. Let's see if I have it on my map yet. It looked like it was more up this way, so I'm going to go up this way and then head. Warrior's Construct. I'm looking for Mesmer's Construct. Oh, it's over that way. Aha! Found it. Before I ran off the wrong direction, too, which is good. Definitely do not need to be running off the wrong direction. Shadow form. Gorn can deal with that. Ah. Good job, Gorn. I assume. Gorn's bar is what I would generously call a symbolic strike bar. Yep, that's a psychic distraction boss, all right. That's all it knows, is psychic distraction. Mostly because once you start psychic distractioning, you kind of are stuck psychic distractioning. Okay, let's pop out of here. Only needed to grab what I wanted to actually get. Okay. And... Putrid Cyst. Glittering Dust. Interesting. Let's see. Am I full up on salvage goods? Oh, I'll pick up one later. Yes, I have Unwaking Waters, Napui Quarter, and A Time for Heroes. I am full up on Zaishin quests. Let's go ahead and... Actually, I'm going to get to where I'm trying to go this way. There we go. Now I need to figure out what other elites I want to grab. I have Migraine and Ineptitude. So let's go back to looking at elites. Do I have P-Block? So I have Enchantress Conundrum, E-Surge, Panic. Not Hex Eater Vortex, but that's not necessarily a high priority to me just because Shatter Hex is like 90% of that skill without taking up the elite slot and with a quicker recharge. And Visions of Regret, Simple Thievery, Psychic Distraction. I don't have Power Flux, but I don't care about it. I don't have P-Block. P-Block is okay. Power Block, I mean. I do want Keystone Signet. That's the only one there. Fevered Dreams is useful. So I have Air of Disenchantment, Crippling Anguish. I don't have Fevered Dreams. Recurring Insecurity is also a faction skill that I could go after if I wanted. Matter of Recall, I believe I have already. Yes, I do. Okay, so there's a couple more skills I could go get from factions now that I'm looking at it. Fever Dreams that I would want to get here. Keystone Signet I would want to get here. And Power Block I think I might want to pick up as well just to have. Okay, so if I go back to factions, where's Recurring Insecurity? Morning Veil Falls or Rhea's Crater? Rhea's Crater would be easier. Looks like it's near Seafarer's Rest. Okay, let's go back to Kaineng. And Seafarer's Rest. Okay. Hello, chat. How y'all doing today? Where's Seafarer's Rest? Okay. Seafarer's Rest is over here. Let's go over there then. Oh, before I go, I should go for a draw. Conditions. Do I want Cure Hex? You have Hexbreaker Uria. Is that the main Hex control I have right now? Yeah, it is. Cure Hex is probably a good idea. Except I kind of want all these skills, so never mind. I could just give him, like, remove Hex or something. I don't know, this is probably fine. I mean, probably fine is a very loose term. It is not the most competent or, like, polished, coordinated team, whatever. It's a very specific team, but, you know, it does what I want it to do, which is the important thing. If I run across the Gust boss on my way here, I'm probably going to pick it up. But I'm not going to go out of my way for it, if that makes sense. The heck does that dragon even have? I get this distinct impression that that enemy did not have very much energy left. Jin, please stop doing that. Okay. That's not really going the way I need to go. This is going the way I need to go. Over this way. And then stopping very carefully and then getting aggro anyway. That's an important part of it. Remember to stop very carefully, but not quite early enough to actually avoid the aggro you're wanting to avoid. Okay, got that. Now we got more Salt Spray Dragons coming in from behind. I will say this about the Jade Sea, is it has a lot of wandering patrols. Much more so than I feel the Echowald Forest has. What do you have, Milo Lightwing? Okay, you have Guardian. Reversal of Fortune, that's pretty typical. Spell Shield, which is not an exciting skill to me. Okay, well, I don't know what its elite was, and I'm not finding out because I am not Slash Monk. I don't care enough to look it up. Hubris. I thought I could grab myself some lovely gold coins without drawing aggro, but I was wrong. I could not. At least this group's not too bad. I need to remember to use my Signet more often. Because Zenmai has Lyric of Zeal. I will get energy from using my Signet sometimes. Oh well. Oh, they galed me. That explains it. Might change Goran's build around a little bit. I've had him on this silly thing for quite a while. He has 4 signets though, so his Symbolic Strike hits like a friggin' truck. Exciting. But not, I imagine, all that good. Although, he does get Signet of Disenchantment with very minimal consequence. And that's an incredibly useful way of being able to deal with things like Shadow Form. And Spellbreaker. That are ordinarily a bit more challenging to remove because you can't use spells to remove them. I wonder how often he actually skullcracks things. Nope. No names of particular import over there. Okay, now I believe this boss was... I'm going to let my character auto walk over there while I look this up. Okay, just up Seafarer's Rest. Just north of it. There's a outpost there called the Oreos Mines? My goodness, I'm not even sure how many characters I have even have that. That moment when you look at the wiki and you realize there's an outpost like over here that I've just been ignoring the entire like existence of this game. In my defense, I typically have played as Kurzak, so that means I don't typically have reason to come over this way. But still. Stop galing me. It's annoying. as an Earthquake. Earthquake's one of those... Well, okay, as Dragon Stomp, let's be fair. Earthquake's not a faction skill, it's a prophecy skill. But it's the same difference. I don't know why they decided that was one of the skills that needed duplicating in the whole factions duplication thing. What am I trying to... Razor Fleshfriend is an interesting name. I think maybe I did not take a proper turn somewhere. I admit to finding this zone incredibly confusing to navigate. Largely because it is full of a bunch of canyons that I have not spent very much time in, so it confuses me because I'm unfamiliar with it. Also, this part can be really, really nasty, where you're going down a bunch of stairs. Because you tend to aggro the entire world here, and it's quite dangerous to do that. Yes. Yes. Stand in my Chaos Storm and Frenzy for no good reason. The best plan that they could have come up with. For me, personally. I have V-Surge. I should use it. No flesh of my flesh. Oh, I've been auto-wanding things with Spirit Shackles on because I'm not paying attention. Whoops. Okay, where's the... Focus of Hinaku? Interesting. Okay, where's these... Oh, this is ridiculous. This is what I'm talking about. This set of stairs, it makes it very, very awkward because you're constantly aggroing, like, everything. Okay, let me see if I can figure out where this boss is more precisely. Stolen speed. Okay, well. Let me compare this to the map. It looks like it's up that way. Not down, but kind of up this way and curved back down. Like it goes over here and then over here. Over here. Oh, it does loop around over this way. Okay. This is what I'm talking about not knowing this zone like at all. There's just totally a better path I could take, and I just didn't know it. Heck, it probably would allow me to be able to get to that group of enemies without ending up... Stop chasing me. Oh my goodness, the number of knockdowns that they have is being quite ridiculous. Okay, that got a couple dudes, at least a little bit. Look, if you're insisting on riding my face, at least have this empathy. Ooh, scales. It's not something you see all the time. Scuttlefish. Okay, that mess has been cleared out. Let's not try going back to those hideous stairs of death. Instead, more reasonably go around this way where the boss is. You're real insistent on fighting me specifically, aren't you? Why is that? Is it Talos the Mad, I think? This has been a mess, is what this has been. I might try going to this mine area. Might have some useful stuff there. What are you unholy feasting? I don't know. Bone charm. Ooh, there is a bone charm. Hi. Are you just doing laps? Is that what's going on here? Okay, that's the skill I want. I do like having fast casting for my Sickness of Capture. It makes them easier to get. Recurring Insecurity is one of those skills that, like... How do I describe this properly? The effect that it has is interesting in terms of a design. Like, it's an interesting design. It's not, like, terribly useful. It's just basically like an Elite Conjure Phantasm that... its elite factor is that it kind of recharges itself. Because, like, obviously I don't have enough illusion magic to make it any good, but they suffer health degen for 10 seconds, and then if they have another hex when it would end, it just reapplies itself, so it just keeps going, right? Or at least that's kind of the general design of it. But what, in practical terms, it's not terribly useful in PvE with the way PvE typically works. Like, damage over time is not bad per se, but direct damage is just better. So it makes a skill like Recurring Insecurity just not great. There's a boss back there I did not notice. Well, that's just great. And I walked right into Aftershock range because I was trying to pick up Jade Staff. Something that's else kind of interesting about the Rockeye Dragon design is they have Aftershock and Tenaya's Wind. Tenaya's Wind was originally a Whirlwind clone. So it just did... that was not the best Resurrect, but... Oh well. So it just did... General Morgan... Okay, well... If I'm going to live, I'm not going to stand there. That's for sure. The thing I'm looking for is probably over this way. But Tenaya's Wind originally was just Whirlwind copy, which was knock down, like, do some cold damage and knock down enemies that are near you. Yeah, there's another boss. I'm gonna get wrecked here. There's just no two ways around it. I'm not designed to survive on my own. But that's where the outpost is, so I kind of want to make my way back over there. So that way I can add it to my place list, I guess. Where was I? Anyway, I was talking about recurring insecurity being like an interesting design, but not necessarily practical, because enemies die too quickly to really take advantage of its effects. At that point, you might just... Basically, it's very rarely going to be better than Conjure Phantasm. Or Conjure Nightmare. I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, now I remember. So Tanai's Wind got changed in one of the updates to have very different functionality. And that means those enemies' sort of combo of using that into Aftershock is now technically, it's broken. Because it doesn't exist anymore, right? That's just not how that skill works. So I think that's kind of an interesting design decision that they made. This was the part where I should have potentially told him to get shelter up a little bit more aggressively than I did. This enemy has Turtle Shell, which reduces the damage they take. Apparently only from non-critical hits. I guess that was to make them vulnerable to assassins? Okay, well, that guy's not going to kill us now, at least. Don't know what he ended up all the way down there when he was up here, but whatever. Works for me. It's just one of those things where it's like, here's an unintended consequence of changing things. Because originally those two skills comboed, now they don't. This is a neat little area. I've, like, never come over here. Like, ever. I'm not even sure what this cultist has for an elite. Cultist Fervor. That makes sense. I guess I don't know what else I was expecting him to have. Apparently a collection of bone charms as well. Dropped 3 of them. Bet you bone charms salvage into bone. The Oreos Mines. I have, like... Huh. I didn't... It makes sense that this outpost exists. Because there's the Amet Basin in Morningvale Falls in the Kurzik side. I just never thought about it. And so, like, this outpost existing makes perfect sense, but also I didn't even realize that it existed. It's owned by Legit. Congratulations to them, I guess. Like, that might be useful for some future stuff. We'll see. Okay. I got the elite that I was going for, which was recurring insecurity. I didn't need anything more over here. So let's see where Expel Hexes is. Jin the Purifier and Buckdeck Byway. It looks like Vizuna Square 4 1/4 is the easiest location to go get her. Actually, I should just double check to make sure I don't have that already. Is E-Surge back on my bar? Yeah, I do not. I am a foreign character, so I do have Vizuna Square 4 1/4. Ooh, this outpost has a strange sort of nostalgia adjacent to it. I'm hesitant to call it straight up nostalgia, but it kind of is, realistically. What do I do with a preserved red iris flower that I can't just do with a regular red iris flower? I know like there's like quests with Gwen that you can do with it, but I'm not sure that it's different than the quest that you can do with Gwen without it. Tranquil's Tennyson. I'm not going to be able to interrupt them. Can drop this on them though. And give these guys some empathy, which they tend to not like. Although their mesmers do have expel hexes, as one might expect, which could cause problems. I accidentally got a nice interrupt there. I accept. Have this. There we go. Oku sells armor. I need... Looks like it should just be kind of down near here. The boss that I'm looking for. Yeah, no double dragon, please. Oh, well, that one probably just got it off. Yeah. Probably using Tranquil's Tennyson, so... well, that doesn't matter. Even if they do... I'm looking for Jin the Purifier. Kenshi Steelhand sounds like an assassin boss. There's Jin the Purifier, so I need to go down that way. You guys get empathy. Maybe it will even stick. Oh, that guy already had it. Whoops, didn't need to give him it again. Okay. Those are taken care of. Now I can go down this way. Except these are rooftops, so I have to go kind of all over the place. I definitely like this part of Kaineng, but also definitely feel that Kaineng gets to be a bit much by the time you get to Shenzhen Tunnels, Matyeong Keep, and beyond. Actually, not beyond Matyeong Keep. Sunjang District is what I meant by that. It's an interesting mental exercise, not a very useful practical one, in the sense that there's no way that I can redesign how factions maps are laid out and all that stuff. Oh, a bunch of ministers over there. Interesting. Minister Kanai. Is that the same Kanai as Vengeful as Kanai? Interesting. Empathy, you say? There we go. Oh man, you know what that means. I can expel hexes on Talcora over there. Expel hexes is one of those skills that's like 1.5 a regular skill. It's just a little too good to be a regular skill. Not quite good enough to be elite, almost, if you know what I mean. It's kind of weird. I'm not sure if I'm making sense with that. Okay, whatever. We're done here. But yeah, so like at some point in time, I kind of have been wanting to sit down and just talk about factions, world map design stuff, because like this area. So we've got in Kaineng City itself, we have the Bukdek Byway, and then of course we have the Vizuna Square mission area. Raisu Palace and Imperial Sanctum are just very different visually, so I don't quite count them in the same way. They're part of it, but they have a very distinct style, which I think, because a lot of this, what I'm talking about here, is aesthetics, and their play style is different because they have an emphasis on Shiodokan enemies and a different visual aesthetic. So a lot of this area is the Jade Brotherhood, the Ampha, and the Afflicted. So you have Buckdeck Byway, Dragon's Throat, Shadow Passage area, which is kind of its own little thing, Vizuna Square, a couple docks, Bajunkan Pier and Kainang docks, the Wajin Bazaar, there's Chikwang Skyway. I'm not quite sure the proper way to pronounce that, using sort of, I'm assuming, the Chinese phonetic style. I'm just not especially skilled with that. And the Undercity, which is underneath this, and then Nipui Quarter and Senji's Corner, which are all kind of a part of this thing. This part, I'm fine with. But this section over here, the Shenzhen Tunnels and Senjiang District, and this is where it gets to be too much of the city, for me personally. Shenzhen Tunnels is like, why is there this ridiculously huge sewer with an important temple in it? Tanagai Temple is like fine. It's doing its own thing for that mission. I don't care too much about that. But Shenzhen Tunnels and Senjiang District are they're just a bit too much. So I really wish that they had not taken us back to Senjiang District that way, and I kind of wish Shenzhen Tunnels was a different sort of map. That Matu Keep was more here or something, and we got more zone like Pongmai Valley with maybe some outlying village type stuff that could feel a little bit like it could harken back to some of this area over here in the Xingye Island. Xingye itself, I think, is a wonderful combination of different visual biomes and stuff like that. I think that they've in general done a pretty good job of making their starting areas have interesting changing areas and biomes and aesthetics. Pre-steering is probably the most limited in some regards that way. But it does have the catacombs is a very different aesthetic, and the lower left portion of the map, or the southwest portion, is all snowy and stuff, which gives it a bit of a different flair. But I could have done with like, I guess there's some water areas, but I could have done with more like a coastal area, kind of like Krita has and stuff like that. But it depends upon how much you want to call stuff ahead. There's definitely some callbacks to some of that aesthetic in sort of the Luxon areas, but one of my biggest complaints about the design, like, yes, I think Kaineng City, there's too much of it personally, and I would have liked to have seen them cut out Sanjiang District and Shenzhen Tunnels, because I think that's just a bit too much. And I would have liked these areas with something different, is what I'm saying. Not just like delete that spot, but like replace that with something different, maybe some like outlying farms or something. But right here is the biggest area where I have complaints about the design of this game. The Luxons and Kurziks are supposed to be at war, but there's like no connections between Lux and Kurzik territory. There's a couple of PvP zones that technically occupy border areas. Pongmai Valley connects two entrances, the Boreas Seabed and the Tanglewood Copse to Arborstone area. And then there's the Harvest Temple map with Unwaking Waters on either side, or the Unwaking Waters map. Like, there's a point of connection there and a point of connection there where we can actually traverse between them, kind of. But it makes it that way. There's no sense of going back and forth. It cut out a quarter of the map for most players on their standard playthrough, and all sorts of stuff. So I fundamentally dislike that design. All right, cool. I already have masters there. And that's something that really frustrates me, fundamentally, with the design there. Anyway, I just got Expel Hexes. There was another skill or two, so let me check here. Yes, Expel Hexes. Shatterstorm, yes. Shatterstorm is one of those skills that I think is probably semi-okay. At the Undercity. Of course it's the Undercity. Best to go from Wajin Bazaar or Buckdeck Byway. Or even is it from Wajin Bazaar? I'm in the marketplace right now. Huh, I guess I must go out that way, and let's try it from here. It might be a little less direct than I would ideally like, but I think I'm almost done capping skills, actually. That's kind of exciting. I should take a moment to clean up my inventory. I'm just going to go to the guild hall because it's an easy way of doing that. I want to see what's in these bone charms, because if they have the bones like I think that they have, I want them. Yeah, ooh, yeah, 6 bones. 6 bones is absolutely worth salvaging. Even 5. Seems like they are like a 5 point something ish. Because they give a pretty good number there. Last I saw... Oh, yeah, here's what I'm looking at. I was real confused for a second there because I was like, wait, didn't I have some boots with a thing in it? And the answer is yes. Okay, I absolutely do not need this cloth. Last I saw, yeah, bones has pretty good value. Cloth has a little bit. Is cloth? Ooh. Okay, so that's 5 apiece as opposed to 3. So that's absolutely worth selling this extra stack off then. Get me what? 1.25? Okay, something like that. Yeah, 1.25. Okay. Anchorite and Minor Fire I don't imagine are either worth anything. Minor Fire is not, and Anchorite is not. Now, if we're talking Mesmer, Prodigy is worth 3.8k, but that's not what we're talking about, so... It could have some value to me. Okay, I'm going to salvage out the Minor Fire rune, because I might want to throw that on one of my Elementalist heroes. Merchant. Please take these items I do not need. Thank you. I've been finding that I like having access to some of those runes. Okay. Now that I've done that, I need Wajin Bazaar. Actually, before I wander off, I want to go quickly check where Echo is as well. Yellow Hatchery. Okay. That's not deep in... Yeah, that's not too deep into Yellow Hatchery. So I think I'm probably going to pick up Echo and after I grab Shatterstorm here. Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's close to here or here, but I'm going to go from Nipui Quarter because I have a sneaking suspicion it's closer from here. Three hours, eh? I do have maybe 45 minutes left. Allied Ampha, interesting. We've got a Planeswalker over here. I see this and I'm reminded of Raktho Domini, who was a player who played quite a while back, and I remember him as the great farmer of the Fisher of Woe, doing solo warrior farms. I believe that was case, anyway. It's interesting to think about the players that I think of as being famous for doing things back in the day and being uncertain how much other, like, how much were they generally famous in the broader community. Like, there's a, because this was back when I liked to hang out in the Guild Wars Guru IRC channel. There's a guy there, Drawlspire, who was known for being super wealthy. Oh, that's why I have Seek Out Brother Tosai. Hey, Brother Tosai. Thank you. I'm gonna refuse to drink. I mean, I'll take surprise sudden quest. It's very convenient. Do I now have an item in my inventory? I do. I have the Chalice of Corruption. They have a healer back there. Yep. But yeah, anyway. So it's interesting to try to think about, like, who would have actually been famous in more of a broader community sense and versus not and stuff like that. So I think of, like, Drawlspire as a character who is super wealthy and got an itchy interrupt finger. Oh, okay, I just never cast anything. Or Rakthor Damini, who I thought of as being kind of a big farmer and some of that stuff. I don't know. Interesting to think about. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's super easy to get to the Undercity from over here. Okay, so I need to kind of follow around in the south, I think. Get to the boss I'm looking for. Which was my original purpose for coming here. Didn't realize I had Seek Out Brother Tosai. And I like the gimmick of the Undercity being underneath the Shikwing Skyway. Kwang? I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. This area's been surprisingly empty. I say, as suddenly some Ampha dropped from the ceiling. In an attempt to prove me wrong. Okay, just some afflicted over there. Okay, saw my boss. I was just thinking, do I need to go check to see how close I am to the boss I'm looking for? When I saw that the boss I'm looking for is just kind of standing here. Infuse health, interesting. And martyr. Huh. That is a decision. Wait, this is the spot where we pick up Zenmai, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. That explains why this boss doesn't spawn when you're looking for Zenmai. Shatterstorm, because you got it, right? Shatterstorm is one of those skills that I think I tend to look at and analyze in slightly the wrong context. So the skill itself is somewhat expensive for enchantment removal at 10 energy, but it removes all enchantments from the target, and then for each enchantment removed, it is disabled for an additional 7 seconds. So if you remove, like, say, 3 enchantments, it's disabled for 21 seconds, which is a little bit longer than I necessarily want. But that's looking at the sort of the upper bound scenario, and I think I'm kind of... So there's a thing that you get when you're evaluating things called best case scenario syndrome, which is where you're evaluating things in the context of the best scenario, the best case for them. And that's not a useful way of analyzing things, because you're analyzing them in the context of when they're going to be at their absolute best, and you're not really thinking about, okay, what's the average case? I am really chewing through these signals of capture, which is excellent. What I think I've been doing with a skill like that one is worst case scenario syndrome, where I think about, okay, I shatter one enemy, and now my enchantment removal is recharging for like 5 seconds. Or not 5 seconds, 30 seconds or something. 28, 35, something like that. And realistically, if you are removing 1 to 2 enchantments, its recharge is faster than that of most enchantment removal. Most enchantment removal recharges in 15 seconds. That's just kind of the average standard recharge time. It's a little, 20 is kind of on the longer end, and 15 is the kind of the standard point. There are certain skills that recharge a little bit faster. Discharge enchantment can recharge faster. Obviously, being a mesmer makes your skills recharge faster in general as well. Because that was the thing they thought fast casting needed to make mesmers more competitive in PvE. Went a little overboard if you ask me, but that's the elementalist. That's the person wanting balance, I hope, in me. Hopefully that's the reason why that I roll my eyes at that. I don't know. There's a lot where the game is kind of an awkward balance point between what's appropriate for PvE and PvP and how do things need to match up for that, and it's just kind of a challenge to manage all of that. I know that the boss I was looking for is off this direction, and it's a Leviathan. I'm realizing that I'm not entirely certain about the details beyond that. But anyway, so if Shadowstorm is removing 1 enchantment, it has a 7-second recharge, which is very fast for enchantment removal. And if it's removing 2, it has 14, which is still pretty fast. It's about average, but that's removing 2 enchantments at the speed of 1. Now, there are some skills that kind of compete in that area. Corrupt enchantment has only a 10-second recharge. Again, it's an elite. And this can remove 3 with a 15-second recharge, which is arguably a little bit stronger than Shadowstorm on that end, but it's slightly slower on the end of removing 1 enchantment. So if it's removing 1 enchantment, it's probably one of the quicker recharging skills in the game. And I think that removing 1 to 2 enchantments is probably a fairly average case for that skill. So realistically, do I need Moby Windbreak? Do I need the Moby Dick reference? Yeah, I need the Moby Dick reference. So I think, realistically speaking, the skill probably is decent. I don't think it's great. I think if you're looking to remove a lot of enchantments, you're probably actually better off making use of... you're trying to healing light that one. You're probably better off making use of Pain of Disenchantment or Ren enchantments, something like that. Ren enchantments is a much better way of removing deep stacks with lower recharge. But I feel like Shadowstorm was made not to remove a huge pile of enchantments, though it can, but rather to remove 1 to 2 enchantments with pretty good recharge, where it was kind of flexible in sort of what that recharge ended up looking like. But anyway, it's important to try to make sure I'm evaluating skills in the average case, not in the best case. Because if I'm trying to evaluate them in the best case, I'm going to get that evaluation messed up. Okay, let's go ahead and look at my Mesmer Elites again. to see if there are any other factions ones I... Okay, well, we're fighting stuff now. You know what? I might as well take advantage of my opportunity to echo empathy. Here, you have another copy of empathy too while we're at it. Okay. Psychic distraction I got. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple skills I want to go get in prophecies. I could get stolen speed, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I might pick it up later. There's a lot of opportunities to get it later just during the course of play. So I'm not going to specifically go for it. And I got these 3. Okay. So I think I want to go back over to prophecies now. Where's power block? There's a couple of spots in Eye of the North. I know, I'm being attacked. I'm not too worried about just some random mobs. Let's see. Well, let's start by heading back over to Tyria. So, I can go after Lyssa's Curse on Perdition Rock, or Against the Char on Anmat the Trickster. That's against the Destroyers. Oh yeah, I have... Okay, I'm going to go complete this quest, because if I don't, I'm going to have it sitting around in my inventory, wasting space. And I can just go walk and talk to this NPC and not have it sit in my inventory wasting space. Major Communing. I think that might actually have some value to it. Major runes typically don't. Yes. Here. I will leave you with your quest. Okay, so Against the Char. Let me look into that quest chain. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Is that the best way of going to get it? Probably, honestly. If I want power block. Against the Char is one of the missions. So if I want power block, yeah, it's this right here. That might be the easiest way to do it. It's that, or come down here and try my hand at finding it on a boss here, which is... Let's just say the word dubious feels like an accurate description of that sort of mess. Yeah, I've got Whitman's Folly down there. Yeah, this is the most reliable way of getting it, would be to go do this mission. So let's go to Long Eyes Ledge and go do Against the Char. I think I do want to take a moment to clean out stuff with my inventory. Give me E-Surge. Let's stash this cloth. And move more towards the merchant while grabbing a Signet of Capture. I need to go grab more Signets of Capture because I want a few more skills. Okay, Goofa. Goofa? I don't know. Take these, please. I'll look into the rune situation later. At some point, I'm going to grab some more signets. Okay. Being a Lightbringer here is cool, but not useful. So let's be a covert agent instead. Hey, Langmar. How you doing? I'm not going to complete this mission again. I don't have any particular reason to do that, but I'm going to be able to make a beeline for the boss and cap off of it, so. Not what I was anticipating is the way I was going to go get this elite, though, let me tell you. It kind of... yeah, it's along this road. This area is really beautiful. What I find really interesting about it is how this area is beautiful, calls back to the aesthetics of Pre-Searing Ascalon, but is decidedly not Pre-Searing Ascalon. And I find that really interesting from a visual design standpoint of how they're able to accomplish that. Okay, Vanguard helmet. I need to go interact with you. I'm going to ignore those. Yes, thank you. Is this going to cutscene me? I don't need a cutscene. I don't know. I'm going to go this way. The boss I need is over here. So I'm going to kind of try to make a little bit of a beeline for that direction. Drink some water. Important to stay hydrated, folks. I love good old accidentally queuing up my interrupts and actually getting 2 skills from it. It's the best. I don't need this explosive. I don't need that explosive either. Yeah, this is going to get me a nice direct path to the boss I need. Yeah, they have back power block on their dudes there. There we go. Take that group out. Let's kind of follow this road. No, I don't want you to meteor shower. I don't want you to firestorm. I want you to do exactly nothing, actually. And there's, I think that's Kralkatork's back? I think? Or at least I think that was the idea anyway, was that would be Kralkatork's back? Where is this? I thought the bus was over there. Maybe I need to check my map again. That's Fraser Frostfur. I think... You know, I think they intentionally try to make some of these bosses a little bit more accessible. Oh, I went the exact wrong direction. Didn't I? Yeah, I need the other one. I went to the southern one, and I need the northern one. That one right there. I believe that boss has the Water Ward, which is a very strange decision to give the only elite ward to water magic instead of earth magic, the line that has wards predominantly. But here we are. May not be what I think of as the best decision, but it's a decision that was made. New type of ward. Yeah, I know. There's a thing over there I can blow up. I'm not here to blow stuff up. That manted mechanic is just so obnoxious. That's probably my... So, I like the Char Homelands area mostly. Fighting the Char is really fun. But the mantids are so obnoxiously designed. Not difficult designed, obnoxious design. And there's a big difference. Because they have this stupid resurrection mechanic where they stand back up after a little bit. And it's just really annoying. Yeah, here's Anmat the Trickster. Oh, wow. That sucked. He power blocked me. Can you tell? Well, joke's on him. He's dead now. I just wanted superb char carving. But the mantids are just really annoying, and I hate fighting the mantids. So there's like two major complaints that I have of this area. One, there really needs to be another outpost near Saknoth Valley, because it's just this and this is just a little bit too few. I really wish there was like an outpost right here or something. And then the mantid standing back up mechanic is really, really annoying. It doesn't make them better or anything. It just makes them obnoxious. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm just going to hit Ember Light Camp because I know there's signets of capture here. This isn't left me with against Char. I'm going to abandon that quest. I don't need it right now. I do need to do Anton at some point. But I'm more concerned with completing some of that stuff, so... Oh, I have the Glacial Griffin? I'm not going to worry about that one right now. I haven't done the command post quests. That's funny. So I need to take care of Nox. Okay. Just kind of looking at what things I've got. Okay, so now that I've grabbed that, as my elite skills again, please. Thank you, game. Not game. Thank you, wiki thing. Keystone Signet. Yes, I want that. And Fevered Dreams, I think... Yeah, that's only available in Abaddon's Mouth. I'm not going to worry about that one. I might want it at some point, but... I'll grab, like, a couple Signets of Capture. Keystone Signet, I think, is what I want to go grab, though. You can actually get it in Nightfall. Only during the Killing Joke, which is clearly a Batman reference. Rune Ether Crash is the main way of getting it in Spearhead Peak. Yeah, it does only use signets. So it's just a bit south of the Grant Citadel. Which I know this character does have. Okay, so let's withdraw a few funds. And... Man, so many more elites now. Well, I had like 15 signets of capture that I've filled out, so... That's not surprising. Yeah, while I'm here, I do want to pick up a few more fire magic skills. Well, okay, never mind. Let's just grab more platinum, I guess. Yeah, I'm not too inspired by those. I should have this, though. I don't know when I'd want to necessarily use Glyph of Sacrifice. It's so I can imagine this being useful in specific scenarios. But I feel like you have to be doing something like, okay, so I can see using Glyph of Sacrifice with like an Oath Shot Ranger. I don't know, like I'm imagining a stupid build where you're like, Glyph of Sacrifice, Meteor Shower, Oath Shot to recharge my skills. Where's my energy? I don't know, because I'm friggin' a ranger trying to use Meteor Shower. At that point, you might as well just use Glyph of Essence, quite bluntly. Anyway, that's random arbitrariness. Let's go grab our Keystone Signet that I want to grab. I don't blame myself for that. Or those for that. Oh, actually, this one's a bit weird to not have. Well, it's a little bit of an additional track, I guess. Celestial Seaboard not is a pain. Yeah, okay, I understand. I'm doing that on a different character anyway that I'll be getting to later. Now, where was I going? Right, Granite Citadel. Yeah, see, right here. Right here. Yeah, Copperhammer Mines. Yeah, this is an outpost that I don't have on a bunch of characters as well. Why does this character have Copperhammer Mines, but not the Deldrimmer War Camp? Oh, no, I do have Deldrimmer War Camp. It's just further north than I thought it was. Whoops. So I got there from Copperhammer Mines. This is interesting. I usually get to Deldrimmer War Camp from Camp Rancor going up through Snake Dance. So to actually have gone on this character from Iron Mines of Muladun through the Frozen Forest up to Copperhammer Mines, which again is an outpost I don't tend to get very often on a lot of my characters. You get to the Granite Citadel. Because usually, like I said, I'll go from Camp Rancor to Deldrimmer War Camp up to Granite Citadel to get to Mineral Springs. But this character's taking a different route, and I think that's kind of interesting. What is in Copperhammer Mines? Okay, I'm going to be blunt. This looks almost identical to Camp Rancor. Like, if you look at this outpost, and then you look at this outpost, they're not the same, but they are very similar. Just a small little outpost hiding in the Shiver Peaks. Through an unfortunate twist of heritage, Ortho Copperhammer shared ownership of these mines with a cousin Bragg, a Stone Summit warlord. When Bragg learned that Ortho had trade agreements with the human settlements in the foothills, he led a raid on the mines to punish his cousin. Today, this area serves as an outpost for adventurers on their way to the Frozen Forest, which is over here. Located between the Stone Summit hotbeds, Tosca's Demise, and Spearhead Peak, right here and down here, the Granite Citadel is a grand fortress held by the Deldrimmer Dwarves, a safe harbor in a deadly ocean of hostility. The outpost here sells relief to wary adventurers. Such cool, like, little flavor bits on some of those things, you know? Anyway, we need to go into Spearhead Peak. Hey, Goran. How you doing? Still ridiculous. I see. Oh. I don't know who's throwing mark protection on. Yeah, whatever. Let's do something about... That was not who I meant. I meant these guys down here. Some of these starting areas in this spot can be kind of nasty, actually. Zolyak Master. It's interesting. I use my character's animations out of the corner of my eye to identify that he's cast his spells. So when I get the instant casts from my quarter-second spells being reduced to like a 16th of a second or whatever, or an eighth or whatever it is that they no longer show an animation for, Actually, I'm not sure. Fast casting makes them faster, and then quick activation off of the staff will make them faster still. Because I have a pretty good chance to get faster activations on my domination magic spells. I don't actually get the animation of my character doing the spellcast, so it confuses me briefly of like, wait, did my spell go off? Did somebody else get the interrupt? These areas are temporarily very brutal. Getting a lot of good effect off of the Chaos Storm there was pretty cool. This part is just kind of rough in terms of the number of hits you're taking, but thankfully they're not so big that like it becomes a problem. What can happen here is they can all of these siege ice golems can decide, you know what sounds really good right now? Deep freeze. And then if you're not careful, you just get mass deep frozen and absolutely ended. That's never fun. Heads off towards Grunt's footprint over that way. 12-second recharge. Except not. It's much faster because I'm a Mesmer, and fast casting speeds that up by almost... It's probably like an 8-second recharge with 13 fast casting like I'm rocking right now. Yeah, right there. That's the boss I want. Hail Black Ice. Next to... Wait, no. It's Rune Ether Crash, not Hail Black Ice. Hail Black Ice is a different boss. It has some random warrior elite. Probably a hammer attack if I had to guess. You have... I have no idea what skill it has because I never used it. I could look it up, potentially. This boss only has 4 skills. This is a Prophecy's boss. All of your signets except Keystone Signet are recharged. For 20 seconds, the next 5 times you use the signet that targets a foe, all other foes adjacent to your target take 54 damage and are interrupted. I want to make a build with this at some point, because that seems like a fun skill to use. Okay, well, I don't have a whole lot of time here. So I do want to start getting a move on in Asuran matters. Hi, Greater Giant Spacein. Okay, you know what? It's going to be a lot easier to use my map if I do this. Okay, so I've got an Umbral Grotto. Oh, okay, I haven't gone anywhere from Umbral Grotto. So let's go ahead and begin making our way towards the Asuran territories. We're not going to get super far into it, unfortunately, but okay, let's try for the fun of it making a signet build. Keystone Signet is obviously very important. I want to use Symbolic Celerity. I feel like Symbolic Posture works really well with Keystone Signet, so if I always use Symbolic Posture and then Keystone Signet, this just recharges way fast. And lets me keep stuff going with it, which is a cool thing. Signet of Distraction is probably pretty good. I feel like Monk gets some of the other sort of best offensive-oriented signets. Yeah, I get Bane Signet, which is definitely good. I don't really care about Signet of Humility. Yeah, a number of these more utility signets aren't super important. Each signet has the benefit of quick activation. Let's see. There's also castigation signet. Actually, you know what? Let's just... There is a list of signets. How incredibly useful. Oh, yeah. Target foe and adjacent foe suffer from bleeding for a few seconds. That's barbed signet. Oh, okay. Okay, let's think about this. Right, signet of clumsiness. I need to grab that one. Signet of clumsiness, signet of disenchantment. Ooh, yeah. There's also... Okay, so there's a couple of different options here. Signet of rage would be a reasonable one. There's a couple of deadly arts signets that could be fun. Do I have... No, I need to go get... So signet build is going to end up wanting some signets from there as well. Okay, there's a bunch of options. Signet of Lost Souls is a particularly spicy one, because this would allow me to use that with fast casting instead of soul reaping. So I could... Signet... Okay. We're going... Never mind Monk. Necromancer gets some sweet signet options in fast casting. Oh, yeah. And Signet of Corruption. I don't care about the energy management from it, but that might be fun. Ooh, I'm getting really excited. Okay, Signet of Clumsiness. We're just going to do Signet of Lost Souls and Signet of Sorrow, but I need to go figure out where the crap I get those. Step 1. Have I done Core Steep Runner's Quest? Okay, that's going to be step 1. Oh, this is going to be so ridiculous. Okay, I don't know that this bar is going to be good. Keep in mind, I've not built it before. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. That's the important thing.
What news of the war?
Yeah, I will take your quest. Where is my map collection?
You seek the dwarves?
I found these various map pieces. Thank you. Okay, step 2. Grab 2 plat. Now I need to go look up where Signet of Lost Souls and Signet of Sorrow. Signet of Sorrow is Nightfall, and okay, they're both Nightfall. So let's just go to Commodon, Jewel of Easton. Yeah. Got a bunch of dudes I'm going to want to re-add to my party, but that's okay. Might tweak Gorn a little bit too. Oh goodness, Commodon, why? Why do you still have transformed Daedolonians and Mad King's guards in friggin' December? I don't know. I don't mind. It's just weird. Well, so I'm right by merchant. Take these 2 things. Thank you. Get this off my skill bar. Okay, I need these. Very important. Is my suspicions correct about major communing? No. Superior communing has value. Major communing does not. Okay, that's going to be merchant food. Thank you. Take this, please. Thank you. Okay, back through the Asuran Gate. And I want Gorin, Morgan, Parias, and Master of Whispers. Now I need my Soul Reaping runes. Runes? You know what I mean? Yeah, think about this. This guy right here. Instant recharge on 16 fast casting shenaniganry with the symbolic. Oh, it's such a cool idea. I love it. I love it. Okay. I need to journey through the Asuran Gate into blocks and excavations. I don't have time to mess with Gorin's bar. Let's be serious here. Speaking of Jeldrimore, they will die. Will these give incorrect numbers for what they actually do? I just want to activate Keystone Signet. I mean, this is like nearby, but it has a 20-second recharge. That's nice with Keystone Signet. I think maybe the other. Yeah, I need to make sure this stays on me too. If there's enchantment removal, that becomes a problem. What's the range on this? Here. Oh man. Yes, getting quick recharges on this is... Oh, that's so cool. So excited. No good reason. I mean, okay, some good reason. Okay, the next 6 times, all other foes adjacent to target takes damage and are interrupted. That's cool. Oh man, I can even charge up its recharge with Keystone Signet. That's fun. Okay, now I'm kind of like waiting for Keystone Signet to recharge, but there we go. Get all my other signets back up. It definitely, if this skill had like a shorter recharge, I would like it better, and I'm realizing I don't like it that much. There is another option that I could be making use of in Inspiration Magic, Mantra of Inscriptions, which I think is probably going to be a better choice, and I'm going to pick that. Because I didn't realize how ineffective, shall we say, my original, or that one is when it comes to some of these skills. And you think about what these signets actually do as well. Yeah, okay, that's part of my issue. Making sure that I keep that enchantment up. I mean, it's got a long duration, but they probably have enchantment removal, so I need to be careful here specifically. Yeah. I don't know why I'm using Signet of Clumsiness and stuff so poorly. You want to make sure that giant rolling ball doesn't get you, because it will get ya if you aren't careful there. Yeah, there's somebody's running enchantment removal, and I bet it's this guy. Yep, Chillblains. I was right. I ain't ever recharging. Oh no, that's not how that one works. That's the other one. Maybe I do want the other one. The other one's the one that, like, makes recharging not happen. I want to apply that effect. Ah, removed my thing. You removed my thing. It's very rude. No. How about you don't? Okay. Keystone Signet definitely seemed cooler in my head than it's actually turned out to be, for what it's worth. But I still kind of want to play around with it some. I just need to build the thing a bit smarter. Yeah, I know that they're going to do that malarkey to me. Get Signet of Sorrowed. Oh. So, a couple of things. One, I didn't realize that this said other foes adjacent to your target rather than including your target. And I didn't realize that this had a 20-second recharge, which makes it a lot less interesting than I had initially thought. Let's not fight those guys. I need to be wrapping up here, so... I will talk to this Beacon of Drakner. Thank you.
Oh, great. Another booker.
Yeah, the Asuran plan. You can discuss your plan off camera, Asura. Olivia, I will grab your quest.
You need me?
Flax, I will grab your quest. And Lork, I will grab your quest. Cool. Well, that is, I think, what I'm going to do for today. So, Signet of Distraction is definitely a preferable choice over Signet of Disruption. Where is Signet of Distraction, though? Wait, do I not have Signet of Distraction on this character? I don't have it on this character. Okay, well, that explains that. Misadventures in not having skills aside, I do need to go ahead and wrap up here for today, unfortunately. So I will be back on Saturday, and until then, thank you for watching. And yeah, you can always check the schedule in the stuff below if you need it. So thank you, everyone. Take care, and have a great day. Goodbye.